Watch me ride.
Hello, quick note. You've come into the last video of a build series. I suggest that you go back to episode 1. There's a link in the description. Start watching from there, because if you don't, you won't appreciate just how much work went into making this item. It will make it seem so much more, well, what it is to me. Absolutely just fantastic that it's turned out the way it has. Oh yes, it's finished and it's right here. But you're not going to see that to the end of this video. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Metalworks. Something slightly different to start with. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to show, but basically thanks to a very kind supporter of this channel who made me a donation through PayPal, I've been able to upgrade the lighting in here. I've been using normal work lights, which aren't a very good colour and aren't very, well, they are bright but only in one direction. And anyway, that one that's been a bit dodgy for a while broke. So what I've got myself is a very large LED panel light, and it basically just connects up using a cord and this driver. Actually, I'm going to move this panel before I drop something on it. You have to think about these things. That's how you don't break stuff. Oh, by the way, the R1 clock, the number 33, is now available at my Etsy store, as are a couple of other clocks. Go and check it out. You might be interested in it. Right. Come on, come apart. Now, after taking it apart, I'm redoing the leads anyway, so there's no point in doing that. This hasn't got an earth on it, so I'm going to see if I can run an earth to the frame of it, so I'll leave that there. Okay, so the moment of truth. How good is this thing? I'm just testing it, hence it being so open like this. There we go, it locks together. See how it goes. Just make sure we're recording in case it explodes and if I get the video for the views. Bam! But now I've got to work out some way of hanging this. And also I'll have to see if I can find a box to put those electrics in. If not, tape them for now. Right, as this is not the how to hang a light video, I'm going to just get on and get this thing hung up somehow. I'm not sure how yet. Okay, it's hung now. I've got to get a little junction box for the electrics, but for now I've wrapped them in electrical tape so it's safe. Awesome. 44 quid. It's got like picture frame type hooks on the back of it, and I've just run the strings through and put cup hooks into the rafters so it can hang there. The electrics I've attached to the wall for now, and I'll get a junction box to put that all in, and I also want to run an earth to the frame because this isn't currently earthed. Obviously, huge thanks to the person who helped me out with the donation that allowed me to do that, because hopefully that's going to improve the lighting for the videos at no end. It's certainly nicer to work in. Right. Okay, so the big clock, we should be able to get this finished today. The bolts, the right length ones, have arrived. I'm not going to attach that one just yet, because what I do need to attach is this little hook. You saw me make this in the end of the last video. I just need to basically weld that in there, and then bolt the base on, put the hands on the clock, and it should be done. So I'm going to do that. Of course, now this is nearly done, I've got to think about what I've got to do next. I need to make a few clocks. Probably won't do those on camera because I just need to get them done quickly because I need to make some money to put on the store. But I'm thinking of the next sort of project item. I'm thinking sculpture of some sort. Not sure yet. Trying to get any remnants of grease off of this. I think I'm just going to have to go for this. Oh wow, it's so bright when I'm welding, that light's amazing. Woo! I felt that on my finger, that was a bit close. Why are you doing that? Let's try and avoid spatter going everywhere. I'm going to do that. It might catch fire, but it'll be alright. Oh, come on! Right, so let's put the base on it, put the hands on it and get this sucker done. Okay, so now we've just got to attach the base on. We're doing this with bolts, as I said, and I've now got the right sizes. I'm doing this upside down for obvious reasons, it just makes things a little bit easier. Question is, am I going to use full nuts or half nuts? Come on. Full nuts are fitting fine. Oh man, I'm so glad this clock is nearly done because it has been taking a lot of time. In the time it's taken me to make this, I would have probably normally made 5 clocks, maybe more. It's just been so many bits to it. I'm just going to hold the Allen wrench in a straight direction out every time, and that way they should all be pointing in the same direction. Just as I nip these down. See, it would be really cool if these videos start getting a really high viewership, and you know, I wouldn't have to worry about making so much money directly from the clocks, because then quantity wouldn't be such a problem and I could make bigger things, spend more time on stuff, even if it's like a couple of weeks to make one thing. I mean, this has been over a week, but there has been a lot of delays with things. And I've got other ones finished in this time as well, I suppose. I have noticed a bit of an influx on the channel of new subscribers, and I don't know if that's to do with the bike stuff or the metalwork stuff or what, but welcome. If it's for the metalwork stuff, fantastic. Okay, so they're all in. They all sit within the line, so if it's sat on the table it's not going to get bumped in, that, you know, like it's sit on the nut rather than on this rim. And it looks like that from the front. This is starting to look really good, but my god, is this thing heavy. Maybe I should just start making giant swords like Michael Cthulhu. It's not the most ergonomic handle in the world, but just imagine a big blade off the end of that. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Actually, I'm going to quickly mention a few channels that I watch on YouTube that I think you should follow if you're interested in this stuff. Michael Cthulhu, amazing artist making giant swords and stuff. I learned so much from watching his videos. This Old Tony, fantastic channel about all sorts of stuff in the workshop, fantastic sense of humour, love his channel. There's Clickspring, which is just the most high level precision brass making tiny little things by hand, like he made the Antikythera mechanism when he's making it. And his last series he made this handmade clock, and everything is hand done, it's fantastic. Alex Steele, of course, he's more of a blacksmith making things, but he's just recently made some knives and stuff, it's been really interesting. I've had a couple of messages back and forwards with him over the months about different things. He seems to be like a genuine guy. I think he's only about 22 as well, and I'm like, Jesus. You know, because a lot of people say to me, oh, you've got plenty of time, young man, you're in your 20s, and I'm like, no, I'm 32 actually. Anyway, exciting times. Get the hands on the clock, put it together. It's going to need some finishing, a bit of cleaning and stuff here and there, but this is basically pretty much done. I'm quite excited about it. Okay. Let's just fit our hands. If you saw, these were painted and lacquered in a previous episode. Just going to have to take a little bit of the paint off on the inside edge of the hands, because these are friction fits and that was very tight. The way I'm doing this is I've just got a little needle nose file, pointed file, and I'm just scraping the paint off on the inside where it won't be seen. Yes. A quick twizzle on that one too. Now I need a second hand, and I need the biggest one I have. For the second hand I've got a choice of either red or silver. Right, I've just set the hands a certain way, and here's a bit of a question for you to try and answer. If you Google clocks for sale or something like that, or cheap clocks or something, notice what time it says on all of the clock faces. It will either be 10 to 2 or 10 past 10. And I will tell you in a future episode exactly why that is. And when you find out, you're going to feel like a complete sheep. Right, so I've got a choice of either red or silver. I don't like the red, it's lost, and it gets lost on it, so silver it is. It's practically done. I need a battery, damn it. Okay, well, I honestly haven't seen what this looks like together yet. There might still need to be some adjustments. It very often is, but hang on, I'll show you in a second. I want to get some dust off it. No peeking! There we go. I'm proper happy with that. So there we go. See the sweeping motion? I think I might give this disc another couple of runs around with some WD-40 and wire wool just to clean that up a little bit more. But basically that thing is done, and just turn it around. It's just so happened to have sat how I wanted it to sit, which is just tilted up very slightly, so if you have it on a table or a desk it looks up at you rather than you having to sort of get down to its level. I'm so happy that it's done. And I'm so happy the way that it turned out. So the big clock is done. It has been a long week of doing the Metalworks videos. I'm really enjoying it, and I just want to continue doing this, and I hope that the audience just grows and grows with it, because as I say, because I can't just show you making the standard clocks all the time. You know, they're my bread and butter that I make, but I know I need to be building more interesting things in between stuff. And I'm going to continue these videos as I said I would. I will be making a few things sort of off camera if I need to get a few things just done, but I've got a couple of ideas for the next clock, and for a next sort of big build maybe. And I want to make another sculpture. I made this one. It was one of the first things I made, and it turned out just so well. I'm so happy with it. That's sold. Someone now has it sat on their shelf. I am just so happy because I've got the lighting sorted out in here. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. I'm going to get some more space sorted in here. The big clock is done. Things are looking bright. It's fantastic. Thank you to that lovely chap who helped support the channel by sending me some money through PayPal that allowed me to improve the lighting. That's one of the things people forget about YouTube, is you have to put money in, you have to buy equipment, constantly update and change to keep the quality good. And yeah, very, very generous of you, and I'm very, very grateful. This big clock, it is going to be going up for sale. More details on that later, but for now it's Friday afternoon. The lights are up and all sorted. The big clock is done. I'm going to enjoy the weekend and get back to it Monday morning. Awesome. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you've just come into this video, you know, you've just seen this one, go back to the first one and have a look. And you can see the whole process of what went into making that clock, because it's a lot of work. Thank you to all my supporters. Anyone who leaves a like, anyone who leaves a comment, thank you. I'll catch you next time.
Give me that baseball. Give me that baseball. I want that baseball. You understand? Give me that baseball.